I need to unmute myself. Hi, everyone. Good morning. Happy Saturday. It's Michelle Clausen with Soul Treats, and I'm based out of Vancouver, Canada. And this morning, I am so excited. I have Cambo live on Soul Treats today. And if any of you have had your Soul Path reading done, Cambo's just so crazy accurate. It's amazing. And when he goes live, I'm just like, oh, Cambo's live. I'm going to go get another reading. I do it on the daily, but I'll go broke. So, thank you so much for those of you who have donated in advance. I really appreciate it. I do have you on the list. And down below, you'll notice there is a PayPal link. So, um, we have a few more spots that are available. So if you'd like to go ahead and get a soul path reading, please send in your PayPal donation. Now it is an open donation, but I did put on there a good suggestion. A good starting suggestion is 22. And it is open, but I do have to remind everybody that the readers that are on Soul Treats, a lot of them do this full time. It's their actual work that they do. So if we can definitely be considerate to our readers, that would be amazing because these donations go to them. And I just want to give a couple of shout outs to some people that are here already. Ada, hello. Thank you so much for sharing out. I really appreciate you being here. Hi, Donna. Thanks so much for being here. Tanya, I see you've shared and donated. Thank you so much. And Deb, there you are. Excellent. Okay, I see you guys there. And I have a few people popping in. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn this over to Cambo. Cambo, thank you so much for being here today. And I just really appreciate you saying yes to being on Soul Traits. So it's just truly an honor for you to be here. And I'm going to turn this over to you if you can introduce yourself, and then we'll get you started, and I'll post the comments up. Hey, Thomas Sawyer, welcome. And here we go.
I am out of Ohio right now. We moved, Andy and myself moved from Montana to Ohio. We started doing this dual readings, and then he has a show that he goes on as well, and then I'm doing mine. I learned to do tarot probably about 20 years ago, but I had a really hard time because I didn't have a mentor, and where I lived and everything didn't really like the idea of people doing tarot. You were considered pretty much satanic in the area I lived. So I was having to go by the book, and finally it got to the point where I just said, okay, I'm going to learn this a different way. And that's when my guides started coming in a lot more. And the way that I read tarot now is she kind of helps guide me through the cards. It's not traditional how I lay out cards and how I do them, but she shows me all the different choices you've got available, which path is the best path for you to go down. And it can be specific questions, but normally it's general to get to the root of the problem. She's all about getting to the root of the problem. I can do other tarot readings, but that is my main one that I use because it shows you a different way that you can go forward with the least amount of resistance and get the best results and still learn your life lessons, whatever you need to learn. It also shows me what things that are looping, what cord attachments are there. It's just really, it's kind of all encompassing. It's kind of neat. If you do follow through with what I suggest to you as that path, of course, it's your free will. You can do it if you want to or not. But if you tend to go toward what I'm saying to do, then I give you the result of it. It's just like if a plant is dying, if the leaves are turning yellow, you don't treat each leaf, you treat the root. You water the plant and then the leaves all get better. So that's kind of how my soul paths work. Sometimes somebody will ask a specific question and it's a completely different answer because you need to get that done first in order for anything else to resolve. So after that, I've just been doing it full time. I do 2 shows a day usually. And Andy comes on with me every once in a while. He's a spectacular reader as well. And then I learned to do healings, remote healing. I don't do Reiki, but I'm really good with energy. I don't know how to describe that. I'm just really good with it. So I help with cord removals, energy balancing. I also do some astrology, which is wild because I never did get into it until it started. got down to predictive astrology, and that's when it started really, really hitting me, and I really enjoy astrology. I've developed a new reading called the Tibetan Higher Self Read, and you tell me, your higher self tells me how or where you're at right now or what the message is. I also do past lives and stuff like that. So that's kind of basically it. And then I just kind of do this once or twice a day. And I love to do what I do. I love to help people. I love to try to make a difference. So I'm going to pull your live. I think Andy's watching downstairs too. So give me just a quick second here. I was going to look at the astrology charts for you guys. The big thing right now, just so you know, in the astrology realm is the moon's south node being in retrograde, and it's also in Scorpio. So that makes it for a lot of karmic stuff coming up. A lot of karmic debt, a lot of karmic baggage, karmic contracts, all of that is starting to come up to the surface right now. And that's one of the big things. The moon, moon's in and out. The other one is Pluto. Pluto is having a heyday with all the planets, and that's where all this is going. The group of friends I hang around to do this with are all saying the same things. That it's rare that Pluto goes into retrograde even, and when Pluto went into retrograde, then it made that doesn't happen. Like, I think it's every 500 years it goes into retrograde, something weird like that. That leaving in the wake of this retrograde is going to be a lot of inner work. As I look at the astrology charts, a lot of them is below the horizon line, which means it's all a lot of internal work. And the people that do, who are light workers and do all that, they tend to have a better, they're tending to get hit harder right now. But as soon as the whole vibrational thing goes into effect, the Schumann resonance is going up, the Schumann resonance of the earth is going up, which is a really good sign that the earth is ascending as well. So we're kind of in that transitional period where we need to get ready to be frontline workers type thing. So a lot of people are having a really hard time right now, and especially those who are light workers it's like we're getting the brunt of the ascension thing. And so when it does happen, then we're going to be able to help other people because we've already got through it. So, and Michelle, I was going to ask you, do I need to pull you the live feed up on another one?
No, you don't. Can you see the comments?
I can see as I come in, yeah.
Okay, so I'll be posting the comments up there for you on the screen. So it's really up to you if you want to open another one. Sometimes it is faster to see it, but I am going to pull a reading list for you. And the first one who's up is Donna.
Miss Donna, okay. All right, what does Donna need to know here? Donna, I can tell you right off the bat, you've got really good intuition. It's a matter of you listening to it, though. It's going to guide you. It's going to lead you in the direction that you want to go. It's going to make things a lot simpler for you. But it's like if you really got to listen to it. Don't double guess it. Your intuition comes to you, and like if you get ringing in the ears, these are your guides trying to tell you to listen to your intuition, is what I'm being told. So if you get that high pitched ring in your ears, it's like your guides are saying, listen, 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 especially right before something happens. It's really good at doing that. You're going to be able to have that security that you want. It may not feel like it or look like it right now. I feel like there's some sort of separation, or I don't know if it's separation or if there's about to be a separation. And this could be romantically, this could be friendships, family. But this is going to be good for you. It doesn't feel like that right now. It's like you've already made up your mind which way you want to go with this, but it's not confirmed yet, or you haven't taken action toward it yet. I can tell you that it's crossed by the wheel of fortune, so this is a good sign, because wheel of fortune is movement forward. It's taking steps forward and not taking steps back, or not taking steps at all. So that's actually really good. Be careful of the thoughts that sneak in. That tends to set you back a little bit. Some of these sneaking thoughts are coming in are directly related to some shadow work that you need to start dealing with. Because I have this feeling like you need to stand your ground. It's always like you have this really big urgency to stand your ground for things that even if they don't matter anymore, you still stand your ground. And that's kind of what's keeping it back. You've got to get through the cords, and you got to get rid of those. There's some meditations. If you go onto YouTube and look under Kenneth Soares under ancestry. So look under Kenneth Soares and then ancestry, and that is an ancestral energy meditation. But it also does cord cutting and negative energy removal. I want you to really start to do those so you can get your shadow work done and over with, because you're draining yourself by having these cords on. So I feel like you have to stand your ground for everything. If you do that and stay focused and really explore your morals, your values, and your boundaries, and make sure they resonate 100% within you, then I do get the Chariot overshowing everything. So this means victory. You're going to be able to do this if you just take the first steps. And I know that there's a lot of stuff going on. I think you're also in a place where you're just starting to find out who you are at the core. And that's big as well. I don't want to say you're lost, because I don't feel like you're that far out from finding your core. But I do want to say that it feels like you're just kind of trying to find your place, or reestablishing your place in the universe and what you're meant to be here to do. When you start to see the core of who you are, your life is going to change. I can guarantee you that. You are made by a perfect being, therefore the core of who you are is perfect. The stuff around it, however, is not, and a lot of that stuff is shadow work. I don't feel like there's a lot of shadow work even. It just feels like 2 or 3 things that you really need to get under control so you can move forward. Get rid of the woulda, coulda, shoulda thinking as well. That leads to nothing. It's basically going down the rabbit hole that never ends. And you have to remember the things that happened for a reason. No matter what you woulda, coulda, or shoulda done, the end result would always be the same. If you can really get your mind around that philosophy, you're going to have a lot less stress, and you're going to have a lot less looking back in the past. Now, I do show, this is going to be slower, but I do show the 10 of Cups as well, which is harmony in the home. Harmony in the home is going to start getting a lot better. But this is, like I said, it's going to be a slower process. You've got everything you need to do this. I think you're doing really good, actually, because I also got in, by your soul path, I also got the Justice card. So that means everything turns out fair and balanced. This is Normally when I do my reads, normally it's about 3 months out. So this gives you time to really think about it. The universe is going to slow things down for a little bit. So if things seem like they're going slow or not going at all, the universe in the background is doing a lot of things for you. Okay. So I hope that helps you out, Donna. I'll put it over in private chat real quick for you. There you go. Okay. I'm going to put it over there on the shelf for you. So, all right. And Thomas is up next, I'm assuming. Well, first of all, Thomas, I can tell you you're getting hit by some of this astrology stuff right now. So some of this, like the sense of being drained, kind of, I feel like that you're part of that. With how astrology sits right now, especially with that just tells me that you're big time a light worker. So I'm assuming you have gifts as well. Oh, awesome. Okay. You know what, Thomas? I think I'm going to use my other deck even on your reading. Because she just keeps telling me the other deck. Which is weird, because she always does this when I'm just about ready. Okay, what does Thomas need to know? Okay, moving forward for you. Once again, your belief system, your morals, your values, and your boundaries, make sure they resonate 100% within you. Not to say there's anything bad going on. It's just I feel that you've ascended even more so, but you're using old beliefs still in the new on the new path that you're in. So make sure that your especially boundaries are exactly where you want them to be. And this is up to you. This is how you have to do it, just for you. Doesn't matter if it resonates with anybody else or not. Some beliefs are going to be changing here soon, and I think that has to do with some gifts starting to come in a little more intensely, and you're going to see a little bit more, and that kind of gives you the whole, or a bigger picture. You're very much, I get you're like empathic. You also have other gifts. You can manipulate energy, because my hands are getting tingly. So that tells me that you can manipulate energy, so you can do remote work as well. You're fairly good at listening to your intuition, so keep doing that. That's awesome. Now I get things are moving kind of slow for you right now, but that's going to be changing. This is due to a decision that needs to be made. I get this with my Two of Wands. There's a choice you need to make or a different path you need to choose. But it's either you haven't seen it yet, or it's really not, or it's really hard for you to make the choice right now. I have a feeling it has to do with some of the past stuff, because I get my Ten of Swords with that. Ten of Swords is the situation is done, it's over with. You need to just go on your new path and remember to leave the past stuff in the past, because I get some of that coming back in. You don't do it like habitually, but you do. Some of that stuff does slow you down. You've got really good balance, I'll tell you that, though. Your logic and your emotion tend to balance out. Which is awesome for for movement forward. I get the 7 of Cups, but it's reversed. That means, all that means is when it's reversed like that, you have a lot of different choices on the spiritual realm rather than on a physical realm or in the spiritual realm. So this is more of like abilities, what you choose to do, what you can do. Remember to start out in the shallow end of the pool. Don't go for the biggest, highest thing you can find right off the bat, because there are layers to this. And that's one thing my guide wants you to know for sure, that these, you can choose anyone you want, but the safest bet for you and the quickest way for you to learn is just to go from the shallow end to the deep end, so you can get used to it. But there are definitely, you are on an ascension, because everything's pointing to it. I get, it's like weird energy right now with you, because it's like anything negative or anything kind of loose ends that needs to be tied up is starting to come up right now. And it's like, it may feel like you're like, what the heck? Everything is just like all this weird energy around me. It's because there is a new spiritual path coming up for you. This won't be until probably next month or the month after. So I'm getting like 2 months. My readings are normally 3 months out. So I'm going to say like 2 months is when the new spiritual path is really going to hit. So you've got plenty of time to do this. You're on your way to uncovering a lot more about seeing who you are on the inside. There is still some more work that needs to be done, but if things seem like they're kind of going slow right now, even like it's stagnant energy, it's the universe slowing things down for you so you can really get this new spiritual path. This is going to be big for you. I don't know if it's going to be new gifts. That's the whole thing. You're already gifted. She's telling me you're already gifted. I don't know if this is going to be new gifts or if your old gifts are going to go into a sensory overload and you're going to be able to do things even more so. I keep getting like my third eye, like you're going to be able to see clearer and further than even what you do now, because you do have clairvoyance. You also have empathic and you have energy manipulation. I think you're doing really well. But remember this choice that you have to make. Use your intuition to find the best path for you. And if you're tired right now, just get as much rest as you can, because this is all has to do with the Moon South Node being in retrograde. And I know I say that a lot, but I've had a lot of cord cuttings I've had to do from previous lives, even for people, contracts, soul contracts, all of that people have just been carrying over from previous lives, and some even in this life. So that's kind of what I see there. I do show a new beginning. So this is going to be within the 3 months. So the new beginning is going to be this new spiritual path as well. Remember to walk away from situations that no longer serve you. It's time for you to make a path for yourself. I do get the final card as being the Magician. So the Magician card is the most powerful card in the deck. You have all 4 elements at your disposal. You can create whatever it is you want to create. You can co-create this new spiritual path to an extent. And so this can make a lot of things. This can make, I mean, you can skyrocket with this. If you can help co-create even a little bit your new spiritual path, this is going to give you carte blanche to do what it is you're really passionate about. Okay? So I hope that helps you out. Marianne, okay. You're welcome, Thomas. Okay. Marion, one thing I really like first card out is that you tend to stay more in the present. You don't go into the past a whole lot. You stay kind of present oriented. This is really, really important because the present time frame is the only time frame that you have any control of your life, which if you really think about it, it's kind of like blows your mind, but you only have the here and now to make any changes to your life at all. You can't change the past. You can't change the future, technically. So being present oriented, that is a saving grace, is what my guide's saying. This is going to help you walk away from situations that no longer serve you. I think you've just done that, or you're just about to. The energy's really kind of right in there. Hold on just a second. We'll look at something. Yeah, so I get you kind of walking. You're in a healing cycle right now, but you're on the tail end of it, so you probably have already made this decision to walk away. This actually was in your highest good for you to do that. Just so you know, I'm not a medium. I do get things through my cards every now and then, along with my guide, but I do show a masculine energy around you, which doesn't necessarily mean male, but I do get this masculine energy around you. They're fairly responsible, likes movement forward, just a really, they're really protective of you because their energy is all the way around you. It's like they spin around you. And when I see that kind of energy, it kind of tells me either parental or somebody that you would consider family. But they are very protective of you, and they want to see you. They want you to be able to see yourself as they do. They can see what your core looks like. They can see who you are underneath everything, and they want you to be able to see that as well. I keep getting separation. She keeps telling me separation. It's the direction that you're going right now is actually not a bad direction. It doesn't feel that way though. I want to know who this is, please. All right, that's good. So the direction you should start feeling the sadness starting to go to mellow out, so it's not as bad. I want you to remain as optimistic as possible. Optimism is going to be the biggest key for you moving forward. Once you do understand that you've done this, and this is in fact a good thing, because your plans, your goals that you've made are direct alignment with your universal path, so actually go for them. I do show here as well the Ace of Coins is coming in. So when I see that overshadowing some of these cards here, it's like the universe is about to pick you up, or it already, if you feel like you're lost kind of right now, this is kind of why, because the universe has kind of picked you up to clear the foundation that you did have to build a brand new one for you, because you're going to go on to bigger things. And so it's like if you have a building on a foundation, you can't just keep adding to the building and adding to the building without reconstructing the foundation. You're going to be going up on vibrational levels that it's going to require a more firm foundation, a bigger foundation. So the universe is just kind of making way for that right now. So the things that you've just been through, I think you're doing really well, because this is like a decision you had to make. I keep wanting to see, I see this person and I don't know who they are. It's like kind of a narcissist type of a person. I don't know what this person, if that's maybe the separation, or a friend or family. You need to get away from them, whoever they are, because it's doing something really messed up with your energy. That cord needs to be cut. Yeah, that cord needs to be cut, like big time. But harmony is on its way. Harmony is on its way to your life. So things are going to be getting a lot better for you. Okay? Just stick through this right now. And this person, whoever's around you, is like really, if they're not a guide for you, that would shock me. But like I said, it's like a parental figure. They just want you to know that they're there. I don't know if you get tingling sensations on your shoulder, especially kind of when you get upset or when things aren't really going your way. That tingling sensation is them like putting their hand on your shoulder, just trying to get you to understand, hey, I'm here, you're not alone. You do have a lot of I get 4 guides. There's 4 different guides around you, plus this one. So you're not alone by any stretch of the imagination. Just keep working forward, stay in the present moment, and stay positive. Okay? I know sometimes it's hard, especially when stuff starts going awry. All right? I hope that helps you out, Marion. And Ada. Let's see what we got for Ada here. So Ada, right out the gate, I have some, well, pretty good news for you anyway. First thing I gotta tell you is I do get kind of a lot of major arcanas in your read. So when I get that, that means that this is a lot of universal energy. This is stuff that is going to happen regardless of your choice. It's where the universe is actually kind of doing its thing in the background and where it finally interacts with you. And that's not always a bad thing. In fact, with yours, it's really not that bad of a thing. I do get, number one, I do get you're in a healing cycle right now. I get this separation. And I'm going to say it's a person. Seems like there's a person with an addiction of some sort, whether it be chemical or emotional. There's some sort of addiction there. And I think this is part of the healing cycle you're in, because I don't know if you've left this situation or it's been hard to leave this situation, but I do show my full card, which is a new beginning. And that's what I love. Okay, new beginning for you. And where it's not reversed, that means you're not bringing past stuff in with it. So this is excellent. Whatever you've been doing, kind of keep doing it, because you've got harmony coming in. It's like you're in the eye of the storm right now, the storm of chaos that's around you. You got that little inward place of harmony, and that's kind of where you're stuck right now. But the harmony is overgrowing the chaos, and so it's going to get bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger, and then finally a lot of things are going to be that way. I think that's cool that you have all this faith in yourself, because you deserve to have that faith. The one thing the universe kind of is going to be implementing on you is with my hangman. That's a different perception. Perception being like not to be black and white thinking. Don't think all success, all failure, all yes, all no type thing. There are gray areas definitely that you need to be starting to look in. That's going to open a lot of new pathways for you. That's going to open a lot of new doors. Technically, if you really look at it, there's very, very, very few things that are black and white. Everything else is just a shade of gray. Either go darker or lighter shade of gray. But when you go in that gray area, that expands consciousness. It expands everything. That's why you have your belief system in with it, so you don't go into the too dark of area. So that kind of works hand in hand. But really examine things and change perspective, because changing your perspective is going to do a lot in helping you move forward, especially with this new beginning. I want to look and see what happens after that new beginning for you, kind of. This is going to set you on a path. This is, okay, so you're going to have like a new beginning where everything's starting to work really well for you. But the universe is then going to be bringing in the Ace of Swords, which is along the same lines as being in the gray area, but this is going to be new creativity. So it's like you've got to change your perception now. You're going to be able to apply it to different things, because I get the choice card. This is a couple choices are going to come up for you, and you just need to use your intuition to find the best path for you. I don't think the other one is negative. I kind of feel they're both positive, but one will help you a lot more than the other. Once you make that decision, then you have a new life path coming up. So, I mean, you get like kind of two new beginnings and for one, which is kind of cool, because it's just kind of the new life beginning, and then you've got the death card. So the death of something old, the birth of something new. Make sure you stay balanced as well, and stay, you know, be as positive as you can be. Sometimes it's really hard not to be positive. But you really start to do that. This changing of perception is going to change a lot of things for you. I'm looking at one other thing. I'm being nosy. Perfect. You get the Wheel of Fortune coming in for you as well. I do get the Star card for your final card, which is basically, that's my hope card. This gives you new hope. It gives you new direction. I think you're going to find probably even like in 6 months from now, you're going to be able to look back and just be amazed on how far you've come. So, I mean, this is almost, I want to say this is almost going to be like a domino effect for you. So I hope that helps you out. Deb. Let's see what we got for you, Deb. You're welcome, Ada. All right, Deb, let me see what we got for you. Okay, I get movement forward for you, but it's slower than what you anticipated it to be. Or maybe it is even something you had to do to move forward. It just seems really slow to you right now. I don't know whether this is a person or a situation that you've just come out of. I have a feeling that you're moving forward out of self-preservation, which is actually a positive thing. But you're trying to stay very present-oriented, which is, like I said, very good. But you need to be able to ask for help when you need it. You tend not to. You're coming away from a situation or situation that had you feeling trapped. Yeah, because this is fairly fresh, because I get the Ten of Swords reversed, which means that the situation should have been done and over with a long time ago. And you're just now getting there. I can tell you've got a ton of strength, because you tend to be balanced with it. I don't think it's been easy for you. I think there's still some chaos running around out there, but I do get the Emperor coming up. So the Emperor hates chaos. He only works in order, and that's it. He runs his empire with an iron fist. So when I get the Emperor, that says if any chaos is currently around you, that is going to be going back into order soon, because this is universal energy, remember. Now, I do get a new beginning for you. Be very, very careful with this new beginning. Make sure that you have the loose ends tied up from past situations and past things that have been going on. Yeah, you got to get rid of some of that stuff. You've got a lot of major arcanas around you, a lot of powerful ones, that's helping you move forward. So the universe is helping you out. You're not alone. This is part of a guided plan for you to get where you want to go. You've got to be empathic. I think you're empathic. Like, not a little bit, I think a lot. Because I do show inherent gifts here as well. Your intuition is really good, and so is your empathic abilities. And that can kind of get in the way sometimes. You have to be very careful with your empathic abilities and not let them rule you. Empathic abilities are kind of one of the only gifts that kind of does the double-edged sword, per se. Because being an empath, especially an inherent one, so this is in your bloodline, you tend to put yourself before others, and that's where it can take the negative spin. Is you have got to make sure that you take care of Deb first, okay? Make sure you're going at 100% before you start, giving out energy to people. You've got the mother energy, you've got the nurturing energy, you've got the feminine energy all around you. But make sure that you have your boundaries. Okay, don't try to fix the world. You tend to try to do that sometimes. And that is taken away from you, because you would help anybody. From what I'm seeing here, you would help anybody. So some of this stuff from the past, you've got to make sure you're getting rid of that. Tying up loose ends, I don't see anything major. Just don't bring anything in. And understand that start grounding, shielding, releasing negative energy. Meditation is going to be key for you to get under control, and especially ground out that negative energy, or not negative energy, other energy. If you already can feel this empathic energy, it's going to get even stronger. So that's why I'm saying make sure you're doing that. Make sure you got your crystals if you're into the crystal thing. Make sure you're doing snowflake obsidian would be really, really good. That's the one that I kind of use, and it works really good. Make your choice how you want your life to be. That's the other thing. I want you to write down how your life is now and how you want your life to be, and really start to spell it out. Put it down on paper and put all your emotion into it, because I want you to start manifesting for the life that you want to have. My guide says that you deserve to have what you want to have, and you deserve to be happy and not having to stand your ground for things that no longer matter. Okay? So I hope that helps you out. All right. And Tanya, let's see what we got for you. Okay, Tanya. I'm going to figure out what's going on here with you. Okay, so the first thing that I kind of get for yours, Tanya, is that you're in a healing cycle right now. But you also feel like you're putting out fires. It feels to me like that anyway, that you're putting out fires left and right. It's like that's all you tend to do anymore is put out fires. I don't know if you have or if you're about to be walking away from a situation. I get like an individual, what they say, what they think are two separate things. There's also a kind of an addiction there, whether it be chemical or emotional, I'm not for sure. But there definitely needs to be walking away from that situation. It's like you gave what you could, but this is part of your healing cycle. You are very independent, but you just kind of wish somebody was there with you, kind of thing, to help you through it. You do have a lot of people on the other side. I get a lot of ancestral energy with you. So you're not alone. You've got a lot of ancestral energy behind you. Start listening to your intuition, because your intuition won't steer you wrong. If you don't do divination, I would start doing that to really kind of help with the intuitive bit, because you do have really good intuition. And you can do like pendulum. It's the easiest, fastest way. There's tarot, there's oracle, there is crystal casting, runes, all of that. I would start getting into that. Now, I do get here the death card reversed. So that's the death of something old, the birth of something new. But when I get it reversed, there's either a resistance to change or you're not quite ready for the door to be open. It's right there. And I think it's walking away from the situation and balancing yourself back out. I know it's hard sometimes not to be pessimistic and really, think things are going really bad, but try your best to stay as positive as you can. It's universal spiritual law that negative and positive energy have to exist in the same space at the same time in any given ratio. So knowing that, really start, if things come out in a negative way, there's always a positive in there somewhere. Always, there has to be. I want you to start doing like a gratitude journal at night. And every night before you go to bed, I want you to write down everything you're grateful for, even if it's a dime you pick up off the street. I want you to write it down and put it in there. That's going to get your mind in a mindset of seeing things more positive. I don't think you're a negative person, so just so you know, I just think that this will help it so you're able to focus more in, even as the negative situation comes up, you're going to be able to pinpoint where the positive is. I've done that for like a couple of years, and it really, really helped me. Like, it turned stuff around for me personally. And I got pessimistic for a lot of stuff, and that was something I knew I needed to work on. You've got a lot of strength. Okay. Everything is going to turn out fair and balanced in the end, though, because that's your final card, is the justice, which is everything's fair and balanced. I want to make sure, one good thing too that I see is that your logic and your emotional tend to balance out. Make sure that stays in balance. Don't go too much emotional or don't go too much logical. Either way, because that's clarity of mind right there, balancing it out. And when you make decisions and stuff like that, you got to have a little bit of both. I think you're doing pretty well within that area. So on this new life path, just so you know, because I just seen what one of the main lessons we're going to be. So as soon as this new life path opens up for you, which will be fairly soon, within the next 5-6 weeks, you should be getting that. The universe is going to be gifting you the Ace of Cups. My Ace of Cups when I get it, means mastery of emotion. So it's a new way to love yourself, to love other people, to have compassion for yourself, and have compassion for other people, a bit in a way that resonates more so within you. And so that's kind of what I have for you. I hope that helps you out, Tanya. I love your energy, by the way. And then who was up next, Michelle? Oh, there's Matthew. I didn't see you, Matthew. How you doing? Oh, sure. No. All right, Michelle, let's see what you got going on. You're welcome, Tanya. Oops. Michelle. So first thing I get for you, Michelle, is that here, like way soon, I get my judgment card coming in, which is your aha moment. Things are going to start to make sense. Pieces of the puzzle start fitting together there for you. This is going to enable you to start moving in a direction you want to move on a spiritual level. It's kind of what I'm getting on this whole thing is this is like spiritual stuff that you're going through and really starting to pick up on. You've got a lot more faith here. You're going to get more faith in yourself, in your abilities. New options are going to be coming available, different avenues you can go down, especially spiritual stuff. The really cool thing that I'm getting for you right now, though, is you're turning the smoke and mirrors of the past into something that is more feasible, which is the Magician card. You're creating your own future because you've done, when it's reversed like that, which it came out that way, it's usually that things have been smoke and mirrors. But the way that she's telling me and the way it sits in the spread is this is the potential outcome. So you're going to have the ability to create whatever it is you want to create. Now, I see some of the sadness starting to go away. Don't be wrapped up in things of illusion. Make sure you keep things in perspective. Don't make things bigger than they are. Don't make things smaller than they are. Don't think everything's encrypted. You probably don't, but I'm just saying in general. Sometimes that saying, sometimes a rose is just a rose, is true. And especially nowadays with the conspiracy theories and all that stuff, everybody thinks there's hidden meaning in everything. Sometimes the best communication is direct communication. It doesn't have to be in cloak and dagger mode. And I'm getting that from my guide because you're going to be getting a lot of that to decipher for yourself. It is what it is, or is it something more? That's going to be one of your gifts that you're going to be able to discern a lot better and a lot quicker. That's going to be one of the gifts that start really developing in. You've got a new guide coming in, I think. I don't know exactly. They're outside your auric field. Usually if I see somebody outside your auric field and your guides aren't going nuts over it, that's usually a pretty good telltale that a new guide is going to be coming forward for you. So that would mean that your gifts are going to start changing in some way, form, or another, because this one's coming in as trying to help you. They're just right there on the outside. It's a masculine energy, but that doesn't mean male or female. You've been with this one before. This guide is from a previous life as well. This is going to feel like a familiar energy when they finally come into your auric field. It's going to feel familiar to you. You've done so much stuff on your own, and you've been really independent and doing stuff that way. Sometimes things don't seem fair and balanced to you, but you're really good with being able to switch that in your head really quick, which I think is awesome. I think you're going to be undergoing a new healing cycle coming up. But it's not going to be a fast healing cycle. Or it's not going to be a slow one, excuse me. This will be kind of quick. I think this is going to, a perception is going to change. It's not anything big. The healing cycle isn't huge. It isn't like, broken relationship or something like that where it takes months and months or whatever. This is more like this is going to be a healing cycle, but this is also going to be your cue that your death card is coming up. So the death of something old, the birth of something new. So there's a new path that's going to be available to you on this new path. And the final card they get for you is the Sun card. So the Sun card, it's reversed, which doesn't mean anything because the Sun card is the most positive card in the deck. So even reversed is positive. You may not get 100%, but like 85. So it still works out well. This is harmony, happiness, growth, being able to see your obstacles and being able to see the path. Okay? So I hope that helps you out, my dear. Okay, and Ivy. Let's see what I got for you, Ivy. Ivy, you got a big, I don't know. Do you feel like your energy's going all over the place? Because it almost seems like it's shift. I'm not talking about a little shift either. It's like a big shift. It feels like you're very much a caregiver. You're very much big-hearted. It feels like you have to put out fires all the time, or you make yourself feel like you have to put out fires consistently over and over and over. And that's just not your thing. It's okay to put out your own fires, but you don't have to put out everybody else's fires as well. I kind of get from a decision made from a truth or a lie that was uncovered, you're finally ready to start that new beginning. But there's a few things that you kind of need to get under wraps first, and that's the stuff from the past sneaking in, some of the thoughts, because some of those thoughts and stuff affect it. They're like triggers for you, kind of, and they make it so you don't have faith in yourself that much. You need to really work on the faith you have in yourself, because you are who you are. You don't have to pretend to be anybody that you're not. It almost seems like you change from person to person to person, or situation to situation. It's not like a big change, but it's like you kind of change your personality a little bit. You are only responsible for being who you are. So Ivy, just do Ivy. That's it. That is the quickest way to find out who your true friends are, who your true soul family is. Everything. That is what's going to make the final determination. If you're wondering who is like really for you or really not, just be who you are for about a month, and then you will really find out exactly who's on your side, who's there with you. and who's not. You've got some really killer intuition. Start listening to it. My guide says you're not listening. You don't listen to it. It's like you double guess it. That's part of the faith, though. Once you have more faith in yourself, you're really going to start to listen to your intuition more. I want you to start doing some divination of some sort to really get that intuitive side going. Pendulum, they're really easy to do. You can start with pendulum. There is tarot card, oracle card, runes, crystal casting, all of that that will help you out. The goals and plans that you have made to move forward, keep working on them. They're not quite ready yet, but you're in direct alignment with your universal path, so this means that that's a good thing. Okay, it's just not quite ready to be held up on. The cool thing I get for you, actually two really cool things, is the first one, I do get the world card, but it's reversed. That just means that you're just not quite ready for it, but this is a new spiritual path coming up for you. That's my new spiritual path, or a spiritual renewal or rebirth per se. That's coming up for you. That's available to you as soon as you can get past this other stuff and get a little bit more faith in yourself. And the other thing that I found crossing it was the Nine of Cups. That is your wish come true card. That means the things that you've been really working on and really working towards is going to finally start to manifest out for you within the next 3 months. Okay. I think this new beginning, though, that you're going to be doing is going to help out a lot. You're more gifted than what you think you are, even. I don't know the scope of what abilities or what business this new spiritual path is. You're going to see some new gifts start to spring up, and I think clairvoyance is going to be one of them. Definitely claircognizance. You've got empathic abilities as well. Your empathic, I think, is going to be your major one, and then the clairvoyance and claircognizance is going to be kind of a secondary that plays off of that empathic. Okay? So I hope that helps you out. And then... Deborah, that's right. I was just trying to find her. Okay. You're welcome, Ivy. Okay, Deborah, Connors. Let's see what we got going on for you. Okay, Deborah, pulling cards for you here. For you, I get movement forward. I get you definitely moving in forward direction. But it seems like you've got a lot of emotion right now that's overshowing everything. It's like your thoughts, your decisions, everything, it just seems really emotional. So for the next little while, until you can get that balanced out, I want you to make sure that before you make a decision or your thoughts start getting away from you, make sure you add just enough logic in there to balance out. We need to balance that back out. I get kind of where you're tired. This tells me kind of, she keeps showing me like the astrology chart. So this is, you're a light worker for sure. You've got a lot of different options they're going to be coming up for you. So you need to have that clarity of mind so you can pick the best option for you. Something that's going to help you grow in a way that you can handle. I want to find out why, because I got your AHA card, but it's reversed right now. Let's see why that's reversed. Oh, as soon as you get past that, okay. So this movement forward that I see you going forward from, as soon as you land from that and as soon as you balance out a little bit, then that's when harmony is going to start coming in. Or not harmony, excuse me, the judgment card, which is your aha moment card. Things are going to start to make sense. It's just going to really start to make sense. You're not going to be tired for very much longer here because I'm showing that there's a lot of positive energy around you. I'm also showing you tend to be really optimistic, which is excellent. You do have a fair amount of faith in yourself, but I want you to even strive to have more faith in yourself and your own abilities. You tend to be hard on yourself, and so don't be so hard on yourself. That's going to be the key to a lot of this like new path coming up, is you need to stop being so hard on yourself. You've got everything it takes to get your 9 of coins, as it's the sanctuary card, to get that inner peace of happiness and harmony going on. You're trying really hard, and I know that because I can see it here. It's like it takes everything you got to just follow your passions anymore. That's going to start clearing up. Energy is going to start moving faster. It's just a matter of when you get to that point when you're at a landing spot. Because movement forward comes in the 6 of Swords. So if you look at it like that, she's like on her way. Okay, so when this little journey ends to go from point A to point B, that's when a lot of stuff is going to start changing for you. Whatever goals and plans you've been working on, don't quite execute them yet. Wait until you get an idea of where you're going to be. Wait until the aha moment hits you. A lot of toxicity is going to be going out as well, which I'm really excited for you. And like I said, once it stops, you've got the 8 of Wands going, which means things are going to go a lot quicker for you. It's your turn. Deborah, it's your turn to start seeing who you are. It's like this is the universe's big thing right now. It's going to turn you inward, and you're really going to start to discover who you are at the core. I think you know probably about 20% of who you are, because your perceptions, your attitudes about things are going to change dramatically when you really see who you are at the core. You're extremely special and you're extremely powerful. And you're a beautiful soul. And that's going to be made known to you once you start really looking at the core of who you are. Okay? You also are going to have a really firm foundation for when you do land and start this new path. I get the Ace of Coins coming in, and that is my stability card. So that's also for foundations. So you're going to start filling your stability, inward stability, spiritual stability, and foundation to get built on. Okay? So I hope that helps you out.
Amazing. Thank you so much, everybody, for sending in your donations to Cambo. I know those messages were pretty awesome. I was listening to each one, and pretty amazing. I've got Cambo's website right down below. You can see it scrolling. So if you'd like to get in contact, and also, how often are you doing your Facebook, Cambo?
Oh, like twice a day.
Twice a day. Okay.
Yeah, usually it's twice a day, unless I've got. I'm going to start pulling on people with me as well. There's a big collaboration with another psychic that we're going to try to get another group going and stuff like that. But we have a business page on Oracle Lucidus too. And usually if you want to get a hold of me, because Facebook is so wonderful to work with, and I can't ever get my when it goes to our Lucidus, it won't do it. It won't come through a lot of times. So if you need to message, you can message me at Cambo Winn. Just DM me there, because sometimes the business page, they made it a separate program completely.
So Deborah says, thanks so much. Ada has fantastic readings. Thank you both for sharing. You're welcome, everybody. So thank you so much. Soul Treats will be on tomorrow at 11 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. We will have Luca the Light from TikTok. So pretty exciting for that, to have Luca on. And again, Cambo, thank you so much for being on Soul Treats. I hope to have you back again.
Definitely.
I just love your readings, and I know I'll catch you on Facebook for another reading from myself. Because I see your thing pop up. I'm like, oh, Cambo, I need to go get a reading. So thank you so much. And thank you, everybody. Have an amazing Saturday. And we're just going to end the broadcast. Take care.
Bye.
And I'll see you in just a moment, Cambo.
Okay.